in a fight, would one gorilla defeat 100 human beings, or would 100 human beings defeat a gorilla? A stupid question, a stupid internet meme, and my producers are making me waste precious time on this show discussing apparently the most important question of the week. But this is not a difficult question. It hinges on only one aspect of the hypothetical. Do the humans get to use weapons or not? If the humans use weapons, then you don't need 100 men to defeat the gorilla. You just need one man. Really, a 4-year-old could defeat a gorilla. Look at Harambe. Assuming in this hypothetical that the men are not allowed to use weapons, that is to say, human beings are not allowed to use our distinctive advantage, that is to say, our faculties of reason, the very thing that makes us children in the image of God, in the abstract. Okay, if you took that away, I don't know why there's some stupid TikTok playing of a gorilla just wrestling men right now. This is the degradation of this show makes me wonder if we have become gorillas ourselves, brutes without faculties of reason. But if the men don't have the weapons, the gorilla would win every time. It's not even close. This should not be debated. The strength differential between a gorilla and a human being is roughly the same as the strength differential between a human being and a dachshund and a little tiny 20-pound puppy, a little French bulldog. So ask yourself, you, even me, I'm not exactly captain of the football team. If 100 dachshunds came at me, would I defeat them, or would the dachshunds rip me to shreds? I would win every time. It's not like 80% or versus 20% of the time. It's not 99 versus 1. Every single time I would win. Now, the objection that's raised is, well, what if the humans coordinate? Yeah, what if they do? What if the dachshunds coordinate? If they don't have tools and weapons, the things that make human beings strong physically, we're like a reed, you know. I think it was this Pascal. I've been quoting Pascal a lot recently. Pascal, one of the great geniuses of modernity in the Pensée, says we're interesting because we're like a reed, but because we have reason, because we're a rational creature, we're both the weakest creature and the strongest creature. Well, yeah, if you take away our ability to use tools, then we're the weakest creature, and the gorilla would win every time. This isn't really a debate. Are you satisfied, producers? I don't know. Have I been able to penetrate your brow ridges? Have I been able to get deep into your rational faculties, you as dignified creatures made in the image and likeness of God, to make it clear that this is a stupid debate? The gorilla would win. So you are flattering yourself if you think you and 99 buddies could defeat the gorilla. You got to go to donewithdebt.com. There's a lot of talk about government debt, but after 4 years of inflation, the real crisis is personal debt. It is possible that you are working harder than ever and still struggling with credit card debt and overdue bills. That is why you need Done with Debt. If you're tired of feeling trapped by debt, the team at Done with Debt offers smart, effective strategies to help you pay off what you owe faster. Break free from the cycle, keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. Done with Debt does not try to sell you a loan or bankruptcy. Their tough negotiators go one-on-one with your credit card and loan companies with one goal: to drastically reduce your bills, eliminate interest, and erase penalties. Most clients end up with more money in their pocket month one, and they don't stop until they break you free from debt. Take a few minutes and visit donewithdebt.com. Talk with one of their strategists. It is free. Keep in mind, some of their solutions are time sensitive, so you'll need to move quickly. Go to donewithdebt.com. That is donewithdebt.com. I've seen firsthand how debt can really mess up people's lives. Go to donewithdebt.com today. Nancy Pelosi has become a very wealthy woman while a member of Congress. She's been a member of Congress since, I think, 1794 at this point, and she's just making a public servant salary, but she's worth a ton of money. How? Well, because her stock portfolio seems to outperform some of the top guys on Wall Street. That's amazing. Why Nancy Pelosi, she picked the wrong career. Why did she get involved in the government when she's clearly one of the shrewdest investors on earth? Well, maybe her portfolio is performing so well because she's got a little bit of insider knowledge. And maybe because the laws are a bit lax when it comes to Democrats. Well, it comes to both members of Congress, both sides of the aisle, insider trading. So Senator Josh Hawley has just proposed maybe my favoritely named act ever in Congress. You know, members of Congress love a good acronym or initialism. The Patriot Act, the SAVE Act, the this act. They always fill it in with some great acronym or initialism. Well, in this case, Senator Hawley is proposing the Pelosi Act, the Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. When I was in college, I didn't have a lot of money and I wanted the school to pay for my cigars. So I started a club called the Society for Intellectual Growth and Reinvigoration, or CIGAR. And the Pelosi Act really puts my acronym to shame. The Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act, Pelosi Act, would amend Chapter 131 of Title V, USC, to prohibit transactions involving certain financial instruments by members of Congress. So this would go pretty far. This would ban lawmakers and their spouses from holding, purchasing, or selling individual stocks for the duration of the lawmaker's time in office. Now, it seems from reading the summary of the bill that it wouldn't necessarily prevent members of Congress from being invested at all in the stock market. That would seem too onerous. Members of Congress deserve to have 401ks too, don't they? They deserve to have some investments. What it would prevent them from doing is holding, purchasing, or selling individual stocks. So, okay, you buy a fund, you buy some index, okay, that's one thing. But you don't want Nancy Pelosi going in there, buy, sell from the floor of Congress because she just got some insider info and she wants to make another $50 million. That seems quite reasonable. This is really important because of the seriousness of public corruption. What distinguishes good regimes from bad regimes is not necessarily the form of the government. It's not that monarchies are bad and democracies are good, contrary to liberal popular belief. It's not that government by the many is better than government by the few, but worse than government by the single individual. It's not that. There are good monarchies, there are good aristocracies, there are good democracies. What distinguishes good from bad government is whether the government is conducted for the common good or for the private interest. That's what distinguishes monarchy from tyranny. That's what distinguishes aristocracy from oligarchy. That's what distinguishes democracy from mob rule. So it's really important. And we focus on all sorts of scandals in politics. We love a good sex scandal, don't we? Oh boy, that's juicy stuff. That makes the front pages. But Nancy Pelosi and other members of Congress, though she's notable among them, get to engage in transparent public corruption for decades. And no one seems to really shrug a shoulder at it. Really important. That is much more corrosive to the body politic than a sex scandal. Sex scandals are bad too. But that kind of public corruption, that rots the whole regime. Great stuff from Hawley, and I hope it gets passed. Taxpayer is one word. That was a great clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time.